Today I learned that double-stuffed Oreos only contain 1.86 times the filling of a regular Oreo. If you round up, what do you get? 1.9. One more time. 1.9. Round it up one more time. 1.9. Can you round it up again, please? 1.9. Sick, but if you don't mind, can you round it up again? 1.9. That concludes our rounding of Oreos. Thank you for your time. Oreos are already round. Tumblr is actually a giant social experiment to see who can discover the absolute stupidest series of words in the universe. Oh my god. I never know how to say this without sounding condescending, but when it comes to social media, you can simply choose not to be around people who make you unhappy. Just unfollow. You can leave. The Porky Zone. Bad content. They fell off. Too political. Clout chaser. Vibes are off. Discourse addict. Unhinged point of view. No actual opinions. Bad friend who makes you sad. If it sucks, hit that unfollow. Real winners gotta go. God, to make you all safer, I've made sure 50% of humanity is alert in the morning and 50% in the evening. Humans. We'll make the other 50% also get up in the morning. God, hold on. Humans. Not getting up at 5 a.m. is a moral failure. God, no, please stop. Humans. Society demands it, you bum. God, teenagers, as part of their growing independence and ability to take care of themselves, will tend to be night owls, allowing parents to care for younger children in the morning. Humans. So you're saying that teenagers are lazy and we need to beat them to make them responsible adults. God, no, this is a good thing. Now you have someone to watch over your tribes and homes while the rest of you sleep. Modern society. If you can't operate during the day like everyone else, you're useless to us. I feel like Tumblr would expose superheroes' secret identities real fast with all its crazy-ass jokes. Today I learned the majority of Spider-Man photos appearing in the Daily Bugle comes from a freelance photographer named Peter Parker. He has been selling photos for almost 3 years with little competition. That explains why they use photos with such terrible composition. As a photographer, I don't think you guys understand how hard it is to get a picture of Spider-Man. Guys, he's roommates with Spider-Man. Oh my god, they were roommates. I raise, Parker is Spider-Man. These are selfies. Spider-Man sells his selfies to the newspaper. Bitch makes bank. God, I wish that were me. Crap. Air himbo, water himbo, earth himbo, fire himbo. Long ago, the 4 himbos lived in harmony, until the fire himbo dropped the Molotov cocktail and the other himbos tried to put it out by blowing on it like a candle. I've been laughing at this for 47 years. And the Avatar. Reblogging again because that last edition is important. But when the world needed him most, he pulled the wrong lever. Why do they even have that lever? Instead of the monkey's paw, you find the clown's nose, which instead of granting your wish in the worst way possible, will grant it in the funniest way. Item: the cursed clown nose. Obviously, to use it, you have to put it on and give it a honk. Wow, this really works! I want $1 million! I pull a $1 bill out of my pocket. I pull another $1 bill out of my pocket. This proceeds for the next 3 hours. It would take a month and a half to put your hand in and out of your pocket 1 million times non-stop. Simple. Only the first 3 bills are $1. Then you get a 5. Then 2 ones at a time. Then 100. Then a Confederate banknote. Then a 5. Then a silver dollar. A 20. Then 100 yen. Another 5. Then a peso. I wonder if a fairy's ability to steal names can be counteracted with a who's on first joke. May I have your name, mortal? What? I said, may I have your name? What? What is your name? Yes. Your name is Yes? No, what's my name? That's what I want to know! I don't know, but I love the headcanon of it. Just give him your gamer tag. Cool idea, but I don't know. I feel like that could still have some weight to it. Okay, can I have your friend's name? Yes. Okay, what's his name? Who? Your best friend? Yes. Is your best friend's name Yes too? No. Then what is it? Who?
Your best friend?
Yes.
What's your best friend's name?
No.
Who?
That's it.
Who's your best friend?
Yes.
Ah! Well, what's your brother's name?
Why?
I just thought I'd ask.
Well, I just thought I'd tell ya. Third base! Having internet friends is the same as having IRL friends, but backwards. When you first meet someone IRL, the first thing you see is their face, and the first thing you learn is their name. Maybe you ask where they're from, what their family is like, what they like to do in their free time. You have to figure out if you want to be friends. But if you make friends over the internet, you already have a shared interest. You might learn each other's routines, time zones, different habits, but learning their real name is a big deal. Face reveals are an even bigger deal. The things you usually first learn about someone are some of the last things you learn about someone you meet online. You're making friends, but backwards. Love seeing everyone in the notes say how much they love their online friends and how grateful they are for them. Love seeing love in the world. Yeah, I've gotta say, I love my online friends. You all know who you are. Love you guys so much. I have a knock-knock joke, but I need you to start it for me. Nice try. I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work. Wink. What were they trying to do? They were trying to get me to start the knock-knock joke, so I'd say knock-knock, they'd say who's there, which would leave me awkwardly holding the bags, because now I'd be the one expected to come up with a good knock-knock joke instead of them. It's a trap. Movie versus book. I adore them both. My absolute favorite take on the book versus the movie is that there's the same story, but the book is how Sophie remembers it, and the movie is how Howl tells it. How could you leave this in the notes? Excellent addition. Actually, this makes the childification of Michael in the movie when he's 15 in the book really funny. Sophie, a 20-ish-year-old woman from a fantasy land where getting married at 16 or 17 does not seem to be unusual. Yes, this is a young man who is almost an adult. Howl, a man in his late 20s from our world. This is a baby, and he does baby things. I will not be moving to Tumblr because the very act of looking at that website makes me feel like I just walked in on all my little cousins setting up some homemade board game they invented with really stupid rules. Reblog to come play this stupid homemade board game we're all making! Oh my god, it is exactly like that! I don't know if this is a good question, but bananas are like weird because they are a berry, which if you think about it, most berries are not berries. So are you a banana, a strawberry, which is a rose somehow, or are you an avocado, which is also a berry, or just a blueberry? I have no idea how to answer this. I am very confused. Sorry about the last question. It was to prove that you're a cool blueberry. Now, actual question. Is the voice you do when recording the Tumblr stuff your real voice or a character voice? Either way, it is really cute, and I hope you have a wonderful everything. Yep, that's pretty much my regular reading voice, just with a touch of extra performance energy, if that makes sense. Sometimes you might hear me slip into a nasally papyrus voice whenever a skeleton is on screen. Or the child voice I used to use for Frisk, or Kara, or poor impressions of accents whenever possible. But yeah, that's my real voice for the most part. I read that capsaicin makes your mouth feel like it's burning because it increases your nerve sensitivity to heat, and menthol works by doing the same thing to cold. So if I eat a habanero pepper and then chew a bunch of breath mints, they'll each other out and I'll be fine. Hey, guess what hellfire tastes like? Fun fact, the nerve endings for ouch, too hot, and ouch, too cold are different, which means that they can both be activated at once without canceling out. Rip OP. Oh no, that sounds terrible. No, but Tumblr is just what human beings are like when just allowed to be. Middle school class on a school trip energy, mixed with Neolithic village around the fire at dusk energy, mixed with hippie commune energy, mixed with archaic Greek oral epos energy, mixed with, you are not hiding this in the tags, non-capitalism with left folklore, Tumblr things. Can you read or speak Hebrew? To a very limited degree, yes. I know how to speak many words and phrases, and I can haltingly read words as long as they're written with vowel markings, but that doesn't mean I can hold a full conversation with anyone in Hebrew, or necessarily fully comprehend what I'm reading. So technically yes, practically no. Here from YouTube, it's the final brain cell. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. I now understand why people don't want to tell others about their Tumblr account. I'm sure I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. I love when flowers close in the evening. Like, good night, girl. I love you. Sleep tight. Hello, it is time for my favorite fact, which is that sometimes when the flowers close, there is a little bee inside, spending the night all cozy and safe in his little nook. Specifically, male squash bees do this in squash flowers. Look at a field of squash or pumpkins at night, and there are little guys snoozing in there. This knowledge brings me such joy that I must share it with the world.
That's so cute.
Tumblr added another secret feature. If you make a post and just type gullible, it turns into a different message. Tell me which one you got. Gullible! This is so fucked up. How could you do this to me, OP? No, you just have to do the word by itself without any punctuation. Gullible. Not once, but twice I am betrayed. I'm like if Caesar was a lesbian. I love villains that are the reverse of the idea that absence of love makes you evil. Villains that love to the point of paranoia and obsession. Villains whose love for someone corrupts them. Love being used for awful, evil things. Using love to justify horrific actions. Anything that breaks down the toxic idea that people who don't feel love are monsters, and those who feel love are always pure and heroic and morally right. Okay, actually, genuine tip for new Tumblr users. If you see a post you like and want to reblog, but there's a bad, annoying, added-on bit in the reblog chain, feel free to just reblog that post straight from OP or the last person who knew how to mind their business. Or just mock the edition. That usually works.
Or just mock the edition. That usually works.
Why would you hurt my feelings? Aww. Holy heck, I love Tumblr. I can make claims like, I'm the absolute goddess of chocolate pudding, and no one will bat an eye. Heck, they'd go along with it and I'd be like, this bowl of pudding has now been blessed to be one of the sweetest things you ever tasted. Haha, yep, Tumblr is crazy, but not in the bad way. It's crazy in the best way. I love it. And yeah, getting more followers lately, which means more random asks. Yay! How did years of quoting Tumblr screenshots from other sites not get me to join Tumblr, but like 2 weeks of watching your videos got me to say, fuck it, you're running out of shit to quote, better start making my own. I don't know why I didn't think of making reading Tumblr videos so much sooner. I've been lurking on this site for like 5+ years, but hey, better late than never. Anyway, just because I saw a different permutation of this meme, I had to share literally my favorite version of it. Fishes crawling out of the water 460 years ago. Fin will be leg. It's just so perfect. The amount of blackout text, the fact it works without additions, the succinctness of the phrase, the paleontology basis, the way it implies that tetrapods only left the water and evolved in 1562. Mwah! Chef's kiss. So my uncle is a priest, and apparently can't deny when I ask him to bless something. So I now have a blessed laptop, blessed loaf of bread, and blessed underwear. I just asked him to bless this post, and he did. This post is officially the most holy post on Tumblr. Use it to banish sins from your dashboard. Wait, but it seems like these are two different URLs, so I guess both of their uncles is a priest, or this guy knows the priest uncle? That's a little confusing. That some people respond to any well-foreshadowed reveal with, ugh, that plot twist was so predictable, proves bad faith criticism has rotted their brains to the point they think it's bad writing if they can correctly identify information the writers were intentionally giving them. Sometimes the point of the reveal is not to shock you. Sometimes the point is anticipation of the reveal. You know it's coming, just not when, how, or what the consequences will be. And sometimes that can be so much more interesting than not seeing it coming at all. There is something so darkly comical about Tumblr potentially outliving Twitter. Tumblr, which is held together with duct tape and madness, run by 3 raccoons in blood-stained Yahoo hats and a handful of crabs. Its only discernible source of income, the sale of shoelaces, from an inside joke so inside no one knows the original source anymore, and fake blue checkmarks. That website still lives on. Truly the cockroach of social media, and I love it for that. Watching a movie at home circa 2001 was like, put your TV on channel 2 so the VCR will work. Open up the clamp shell case that held the VHS that was that satisfying crick. Put in the movie. God damn it has to be rewound. Press stop and then rewind because it's so much faster that way. Start the movie, and it takes a few seconds for the movie to actually start, because you rewound to the very beginning. FBI will get you if you illegally distribute or exhibit this movie. And then, because you forgot that movies are always so much louder than TV, coming soon to own on video and DVD. Quick, lower the volume, lower the volume, lower the volume, oh fuck! Okay, crisis averted. Although, these ads are kind of quiet, a little hard to hear. Better turn up the volume. THX! Posts you can hear. Between buying checkmarks that don't mean anything and hyping a movie that doesn't exist, I feel like Tumblr has reached a completely new level of Dadaism, where the signifiers of meaning are so complex to unravel that they have lost touch with objective reality altogether. Therefore, everything is meaningless, and also everything has meaning if you say it has. If no art makes you feel anything, make your own art and feel something is too raw of a line to have come from a Jenna Marbles video of her painting a rainbow polka dot seahorse saying, "It's seahorse time," on a denim jacket. It's seahorse time! Why do you people feel profound thought has to come from high places? The gutter looks at the stars too. Not only did you prove your point, but you showed an example of it in the same sentence! Sent an ask regarding a forklift. Sorry, please ignore it. Got carried away and realized that it was unorthodox. You'll know the ask I'm talking about if when you see it. Do I need a hard hat for forklift sex? No, I'm sharing your note with the class. This is the funniest shit I've seen all week and I thank you for sharing. Posts that have 100K in my soul. Share their note with the school then! In Kung Fu Panda, Po is the dragon warrior, because unlike Tai Lung and Tigress, he worked customer service and won't become tyrannical with power. This is the master interpretation. This is why Zuko is redeemable. He worked customer service and realized the error of his ways. This isn't even wrong. This is an incredible common trope in Chinese media. AO3's orphaning option is cool and a good idea, but mostly very fucking funny. I posted this work for fun when I was younger, and I still want people to be able to come back to it if they liked it, but now I'm an adult professional and I don't want it attached to my name. What's the word for that? Anonymously posting? No, I want something that indicates I murdered this story's parents. Technically, the story's parents faked their own death and disappeared to go have an office job, and that's even funnier! Oh my god, that's so dark. I love it. If you're a fan of shapes, it is your lucky day. That's a shaped cat, like a big scoop of soft serve. So very unit. I fucking love shapes. Body! Gumdrop animal! Now that is a shape! Orbular little lass. Your testimonials are increasing her power. I hope she likes hugs and little head smooches because that's what she'll get from me looking so fluffy like that. Squat Crocambouche. Motherfucker limited. The creature ever. Oh, she's a squishmallow. Love is stored in the shape. Chubby. Fucking chumby. Creature. Please, she is growing too strong. Just a reminder that fictional characters aren't real people who need to be held to account for their actions. They are vehicles to tell a story. Their flaws and contradictions are a feature and not a bug, and appreciating the role they play in the story is not a moral failing. I hate driving because you have to do everything perfectly as fast as possible, or everyone around you will announce their displeasure with air horns. Oh, and if you mess up, you die and kill a bunch of people at the same time. Literally, like disarming a bomb, except there's a peanut gallery watching you, and they've each got an air horn and also another bomb. So here's the problem. I once yelled because I saw a centipede, and my boyfriend commentated, "A friend." And when I said, "No," he added, "and maybe a lover." The problem is, now this has become standard procedure for referring to centipedes. So now I get messages like, "A lover! Lover spotted within my dresser! No thank you! Why is my name Beef in your phone?" You know, like BF. Being an adult is just dragging yourself kicking and screaming to things that you will enjoy and that will be good for you. Clenching my teeth and muttering under my breath, "You'll be happy you did it, you'll be happy you did it, you'll be happy you did it," as I physically force myself out the door to go do things. Being very firm with myself every time I think about bailing and saying, "No, you committed to this, it will improve your quality of life, you will enjoy it, now put on your big boy pants and go." No one asked for this one, but if you made lore for a character you've had since you were 16, and you're in your 20s now and have a better grasp of narrative structure and power creep, you can just retcon the dumb stuff. Like, you can do that, for free. You're not beholden to the junk you wrote 5 years ago, and you don't need to justify removing it if it sucks. This is actually really valuable. Every writer should keep this in mind. That's also part of the reason you shouldn't look back at your old writing and label it as pure trash. You didn't know what you were doing back then. You do now. If you learn to love bugs with all your heart, the world will feel half as hostile and 1,000 times as big. Can confirm. You know that vast sensation you get when you look up at the stars and go, "Wow, there are whole other worlds out there. Massive, mysterious, and unknown." I have that same sensation when I crouch down to look at dirt, mud, grass, tree roots, anthills, rotten logs, leaf litter, roadkill, big dry rocks that I'm not strong enough to turn over. There are whole other worlds down there, mysterious and just known enough for me to feel it when I stare at them. Whoa, dude. Feeling bad? I'm gonna go on Pet Finder and find the most bizarre cat names possible. We'll report back with any notable ones. Notable entries: Celery Prince, Blue Dabity, Brussels Sprout, Skype, Toby, very gentle and sweet, Edward Cullen, James, female, That's Amore, Revolver, Mr. Cardboard, might I add, the Magical Cheese Wizard Provolone Dave. Get asked, idiot. Get answered, idiot. Get replied, idiot. Get screenshotted, idiot. Get reblogged, idiot. Get tagged, idiot. Get peer-reviewed, idiot. Image description: a screenshot of a reply that reads, "Get replied, idiot." A screenshot of Tumblr tags reading, "Get tagged, idiot." End ID: get image described, idiot. Get polled, idiot. Idiot. Get queued, idiot. Get liked and saved for a future Tumblr reading video, idiot. Get added to the main post, idiot. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Get rickrolled, idiot. Get read in a Tumblr reading video, idiot. Haha, the post is now complete. Sometimes you meet someone, and it's so clear so immediately that the two of you, on some level, belong together. As lovers, or as friends, or as family, or as something entirely different. You just work, whether you're in love, or creating things together, or foxhole buddies, or partners in crime. It's so clear, right off the bat, that this is what you're supposed to be doing, that this is what you're for. You meet these people throughout your life, out of nowhere, under the strangest of circumstances. and they help you make a life. I don't know if that makes me believe in coincidence, or fate, or sheer blind luck, but it definitely makes me believe in something. This was so beautiful. How could I not share this? I got the Miku ramen. My BF said it is 1, good, 2, nuclear blue. Like more blue than the color itself blue. I'll try it later tonight and post a follow-up. Okay, so standard rice noodles, unusual for something labeled as ramen, and the powder is just a tinge off-white. I can detect blue. Added boiling water up to the fill line and let it set for 4 minutes. And it is so fucking blue! It is bluer than the fucking color! They noodle-fied Miku's hair! Baby girl, you are soup now! That's so blue! Blue glow of Cherenkov radiation from underwater nuclear reactors. They weren't kidding when they said nuclear blue! That looks like someone murdered Sonic! How the hell do I... Are you lost, little one? I will show you the way, child. You need only give me your name. First of all, I'm not a child, so jot that down. Very well, traveler. Give me your name. You give me your name first. You want me to give you my name? You want my name? Give me yours. Trade. Trade? Oh, haha, yes, of course. What a charmer. Under the twilight star, the entire forest shall bear witness to our union. Until then, my newly betrothed. What? They didn't give me any fucking directions. Wait, so is that what happens when you ask the Fae for their name instead of you letting them have yours? What, they're now engaged? Does the traveler like that? Whatever. I'm not gonna say it again. Seasonings include herbs and spices, along with minerals and chemicals used to season food. Salt, citric acid, and MSG are all examples of seasonings that are not herbs or spices. Herbs are flavorful leaves. Only leaves. Doesn't matter if it's dried, fresh, whole, or ground. If it is a leaf, it is an herb. Spices are flavorful parts of plants that are not leaves. These include seeds, berries, stems, bark, roots, flowers, buds, not leaves. Thank you. Things are heating up in the cooking fandom. That's how cooking works. If you are in your late 20s or early 30s, you are finally beginning to experience a true sense of separation and alienation from youth culture and to naturally identify more with other adults as your peers. And that's a normal part of being an adult and moving into that stage of your life, and you must recognize it as such and resist the ancient joker's trick that is the urge to jump to the conclusion that nothing has changed about you and it is instead the children that have gotten weirder. Yesterday, I scalded my hand at work when boiling water sloshed over the side of a mug. I made some joke about being clumsy to the kind scientist who was offering me first aid. Then he looked me in the eye and said in the most serious tone, "We are all victims of physics." I love this scientist man who has probably been, on many occasions, a victim of physics. Reblog if you have been a victim of physics. If you or a loved one has been a victim of physics, you may be entitled to financial compensation. That reminds me of an old friend of ours that would, whenever he was clumsy or dropped something, he would say, "Ah, physics," instead of, cursing. It was so funny. This is your daily, friendly reminder to use commas instead of periods during the dialogue of your story, she said with a smile. Unless you are following the dialogue with an action and not a dialogue tag. He took a deep breath and sat back down after making the clarifying statement. However, she added, shifting in her seat, it's appropriate to use a comma if there's action in the middle of a sentence. True, she glanced at the others. You can also end with a period if you include an action between two separate statements. Things I didn't know. And, she waved a pen as though to underline her statement. If you're interrupting a sentence with an action, you need to type 2 hyphens to make an end dash. You guys have no idea how many students in my advanced fiction workshop didn't know any of this when writing their stories. Reblog to save a life. I'm at a 70s themed cat funeral. That sentence has so much to unpack. What is a 70s themed cat funeral? A funeral for a dead cat that happens to be 70s themed. I'm sorry for whoever lost their cat, but good on them for still having a fun funeral? It's a bop, honestly. The cat died 4 years ago, so the grieving is over. This whole situation keeps getting weirder. It's been in his freezer for 4 years. What? So I asked a friend what was up, and she replied with this, and I feel like I'm in an episode of the Twilight Zone. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you for that. Greek mythology. Unfortunately, Zeus was horny. Norse mythology. Unfortunately, Loki was bored. Egyptian mythology. Unfortunately, Set was envious. Japanese mythology. Unfortunately, Susanoo was rude. Dine mythology. Unfortunately, Coyote had a good idea. Celtic mythology. Unfortunately, you pissed off the Fae. Hindu mythology. Unfortunately, another Asura managed to obtain a boon from Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva. I love how everyone's mythology has some variation of, and then there was this asshole. I'm sorry, is this a screenshot of a Tumblr post that's sourced to Facebook? Oh my god, we will never find the original post, will we? Let's make a color together. Red, green, blue. Once the results are done, I'll multiply 255 to the decimal version of the percentage and see what color we make. Here's the result. A nice looking color. Good work, everyone. You're crying from Tumblr color? The hundreds of strangers perhaps unintentionally mimicking the website that brought them together got to me, alright? When there's an old photograph and the guy in it is really old, it's like, wow, that guy is super old. Comrade Hare, photographed in 1852 at the age of 103. He was born in 1749 and is thought to be the earliest born person ever photographed. I am experiencing emotions about locking photographic gaze with a man who was born in the middle of the 18th century. This dude was an adult already during the American Revolutionary War-ish. He was getting real-time news of the unfolding of France's emperors? What? What? He is looking at me! Just had a terrific idea for a funny character name. He's an Italian mob boss. Think Don Corleone from The Godfather, but more cheesy. They call him Big Al, and the front of his operation is a spaghetti restaurant. His full name, or his alias, whichever is funnier, is Al Dente. As an Italian, I can confirm that it's a fantastic name.